Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations. In today's video, we're going to be diving back into some Cookie Run Kingdom, and I'm going to be bringing you guys 5 epic cookies that you should absolutely be building. It's been quite some time since we've done a video like this, and there's been a handful of cookies that have actually made their way to this top 5 list. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, so starting off the video here for top 5 epic cookies that everybody should pretty much be building in this game, and that's going to bring us to Sorbet Shark. Sorbet Shark, in my opinion, is going to be a very good DPS unit that you could pretty much not feel bad about investing in because they go through pretty much every content in the game, whether it's going to be PvE, things like the overall Kingdom Arena or Super Mayhem, PvE, which is going to be things like the World Exploration, and even the Guild Boss battles. Sorbet Shark is a very good addition pretty much to any type of team. Also, when it comes to the overall skill, one thing to keep in mind is that the skill actually changes according to what type of content you're covering, and it's very nice and very handy, especially when it comes to things like the arena, because he's going to be doing what they call true damage. If you don't know what true damage is, it pretty much just is damage that ignores the enemy's defense, which again is very, very good. So like I said, Sorbet Shark, definitely going to be one you want to pick up on. And then as far as individual substats go for Sorbet, not too fussy here. Obviously getting the 3 main subs, the additional attack, additional damage resistance, and then the third and final one, additional cooldown, is going to be beneficial. However, though, there is one absolute must, and that's going to be the 8% cooldown. Because Sorbet Shark's skill is a little bit hefty when it comes to the cooldown cost or how long it takes for it to cool down. Essentially, you want to make sure that you're running 8%. It's going to just be that best in slot, cooldown percentage, so then you can utilize the skill more often. Now, going ahead and jumping into our second cookie we've got here on the top 5 epics for you guys. Again, keep in mind this is going to be epics only, and that's going to be Strawberry Crepe. I mean, I think outside of Holly Berry, Strawberry Crepe is probably the best contender here for the overall tank in the game. No matter what type of content you are covering, outside, I would only say that the only thing that they don't really excel at compared to somebody like Dark Choco is going to be something like boss battles. Either it's going to be boss in World Exploration or boss in something like the Guild Boss. I think Strawberry Crepe has it in a bag 100% over Dark Choco. Not only do you get the fact that Strawberry Crepe is going to be a defense and a frontline cookie to soak up as much damage, you're also getting the ability for the skill to provide a shield for the 2 allies with the lowest HP, which is 100% really, really nice, what you want, especially when it comes to a tank for your overall team. And then obviously, as far as overall substats go, this set is not going to be the best set. I just kind of threw something on them for the time being, just so I can make the video to show you what toppings are best to use. However, again, focusing in on those 3 main ones, obviously you're looking, because they are a frontline tank, to get as much damage resist as you possibly can. Currently, at the moment, I'm not running Strawberry Crepe. I am inevitably running the brand new Holly Berry Ancient Cookie, which is naturally going to be better than Strawberry Crepe, so I'm not really utilizing them. But if I was utilizing them, I would obviously swap over as much as I possibly could into damage resistance, the additional attack if you obviously have it on a substat, and then not only that, the additional cooldown is only going to aid in allowing Strawberry to basically utilize the skill often as possible. And then the same thing goes for the individual other ones for Arena specifically. The additional crit resist, and then also the debuff resistance is not going to be bad because it's just going to allow Strawberry Crepe to stay alive longer. Alrighty, so now diving into the third cookie we've got for you guys on the top 5 epic cookies, and that's going to be Black Raisin, man. She's coming back up the charts, guys. I mean, you like it or not, she's here to stay. She's been here since she's pretty much been jumped into the game. She got slept on a little bit from me at the very beginning, but nevertheless, still a very, very good damage dealer overall. Pretty much can be added to any team composition, and she's absolutely killing it right now when it comes to the tier list for PvE and PvP, because she just does a ton of different amounts of damage, and she fits in a bunch of different team compositions, very similar to Sorbet Shark. The only difference here is between the 2 of them, with them both being ambush units and placed in the middle line, is going to be that Sorbet focuses in on doing damage to the frontmost enemy, aka the enemy's tanks, and then Black Raisin is pretty much going to clean up the house when it comes to the middle row of enemy cookies or, enemy teams. Obviously, when we take a look at the overall skill, nothing too crazy here to take into consideration. All that's going to happen is very similar to Sorbet. So she's going to jump across the line, do enough damage to the middle line as much as possible, and then she's going to get out. She does several series of attacks, which is very, very nice. And like I said, she just scales really, really good when it comes to doing damage, and she pairs very well right now for the cheese comp for Almond in the overall arena. And then once again, just like Sorbet Shark, because they are going to be an ambush cookie, it's going to be worth just running a full Searing Raspberry set. I don't see any need to run anything else else on overall Black Raisin, because you're just there to really utilize her damage as much as possible, as often as possible. So naturally focusing on the 3 main substats, again, attack, damage resistance, and then cooldown, just to allow Black Raisin to utilize the skill as much as possible, to do as much as damage as possible, and then obviously to survive as long as possible, utilizing what damage resistance that you can absolutely muster up. Now, keep in mind, I don't currently have mine built past level 40 or 52, even though I'm telling you that Black Raisin is a very good cookie, but that's just going to be because I've already invested in somebody else like Sorbet Shark, and I just don't have another spot or slot for a damage dealer to add to my team. But like I said, guys, if you're jumping into the game, you're trying to figure out who to invest in, Black Raisin, Sorbet Shark, very, very good overall for your damage output. Now, we're officially diving into one of the brand new cookies that have officially made my top 5 epic cookie list in Cookie Run Kingdom, and that's going to be one of the brand new cookies that came out recently, and that's going to be Pumpkin Pie Cookie, guys. It's literally, you can't argue it, man. Pumpkin Pie is absolutely broken. Very, very good cookie. You should 100% be investing in Pumpkin Pie, even as a new player diving in the game, or a player that's been playing for quite some time, and maybe you've already built a whole bunch of different teams. Investing in Pumpkin Pie, you're not going to regret it. Basically, the whole idea here with Pumpkin Pie is you want to summon what they call Pompon. And you want to summon Pompon as often as possible, and Pompon is inevitably a crazy good tank. Now, I will argue to say that I don't think that running, Pumpkin Pie Cookie instead of running a tank at all would be a really good choice. I mean, obviously, I know there's some compositions out there that can somewhat make it work, but in my opinion, I don't think it's reliable enough. And I think that obviously Pompon just adds a lot to your overall team comp, and it adds to that tankiness when it comes to providing, some sort of survivability to your team, but I still think you should be running a tank with Pumpkin Pie. However, with that being said, though, Pompon is absolutely broken. Everybody knows it. It literally soaks up so much damage, provides a lot of damage mitigation. It provides basically a lot of buffs. It does a knock-up ability when it's summoned, and not only that, it stays pretty much alive long enough that you don't need to run something like cooldown toppings on them, because it stays alive long enough for the cooldown to be ready as soon as Pompon dies, that you can summon Pompon back. And with that being said, checking out the overall toppings of choice, in my opinion, when it comes to Pumpkin Pie, and I'm going to say it is going to be a full set of solid almonds. Ideally here, what you're looking for is to get as much damage resistance as you possibly can on Pumpkin Pie, because again, this is just going to carry over to Pompon, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to buff up Pompon. Pompon already is a tank. It's built that way. It's got an additional HP, additional defense, little to, no attack, but that's not what you're there for. Pompon's there is literally to soak up as much damage as possible. Investing in as much damage resistance is going to be ideal here, and that's why we're running a full 5 set to get the additional 5% of damage resist on the overall solid almond toppings. On top of that, guys, when it comes to individual substats here, again, focusing in on damage resistance, you can see we've got 32.6%. Naturally, anything closer to as 40% as we can get is going to be the best here. Additional attack is not bad. Additional cooldown is not bad. But again, don't try to focus too much on cooldown, because Pompon will literally stay alive until the cooldown is already available to utilize again. So again, don't worry about stacking cooldown. Crit resist is also going to be good, and then also debuff resist for the overall arena aspect of things, because it's just going to allow Pompon to stay alive longer, aka Pumpkin Pie to stay alive longer, and then with that being said, you got yourself a insane broken tank. Alrighty, and then officially diving in here to our 5th and final epic cookie that we've got for you guys today for our top 5 epics that you should absolutely be building. That's going to bring us to the brand new cookie, man. It's going to be Cotton. Obviously, everybody probably already saw this coming, because Cotton is literally a just absolutely broken cookie. I said this about Pumpkin Pie, but once again, we're saying it again here. Cotton is insane. It's a support cookie, but it's a support cookie that provides a AoE ability that does AoE damage, summons minions to soak up damage and do more damage. It provides a stun upon utilizing the skill. It provides healing to your entire party, and that also extends from cookies to your individual minions, which again is just absolutely broken. And then obviously on top of all of that, it's even providing an attack increase buff for summoned minions. Just absolutely broken, guys. If you pull a Cotton, it should be, in my opinion, it should be used over top of your pure vanilla cookie most of the time. It should definitely be utilized in almost every composition that you're building, no matter what content you are covering, whether it's PvE or PvP, doesn't matter. Cotton is absolutely worth the investment. And then as far as overall toppings go for the brand new Cotton cookie, and that's going to be 2 different sets. We did this in a spotlight video showcasing Cotton and how to build her, But for me personally, I'm running the mix set. The mix set for me works fantastically here. I've got a decent amount of cooldown, as you can see, 11.4%. And then if I turn off my camera here, I've also got a 19.3% damage resistance. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, damage resistance is very important, just as well as cooldown for Cotton, because you want Cotton to utilize the skill as often to take advantage of all of those things we just listed out. But also, you got to make sure that Cotton is not squishy enough to just inevitably die really easy, especially when it comes to the overall arena. Because if Cotton's just dying really fast and really easy, then it's pretty much pointless at that point. And like I said, with that being said, you got to just kind of pick and choose what toppings that you can afford to run. That leads me into the next set, and that would obviously be a full Swift chocolate set. However, keep in mind, a full Swift chocolate set is going to be a little bit harder because you will then absolutely have to focus in on substats that have the most damage resistance. Because like I said, if you don't have enough damage resistance, Cotton will become very, very squishy. Yes, you can utilize her skill more often, but she'll be super squishy, and when she does die, then she's not providing any use to your overall team. That's why I'm running a mix set. You guys pick and choose what works best for you and what you already have farmed when it comes to overall toppings. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude today's video of top 5 epic cookies that everybody should be building right now in the game. As always, guys, I invite you to drop a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on these 5 cookies. Do you think that somebody should have been swapped out? Do you agree with the top 5 cookies? I'd love to hear what you have to say. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know exactly when we drop a video. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next one.